Good evening, bonjour, bonjour, hello, hello, how are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Comment ça va, comment ça va? I, today Pierre Elliott Trudeau, I'm here in front of this 4x4 hall to make the case of why you should elect an intelligent, pragmatic, charismatic, and consensus-driven politician as the next Prime Minister of Canada. It pains me to say, but right now as we speak, our very own country, Canada, the land of opportunity, dignity, and respect, is yet again battling through the turmoil of increasing nationalism coming from Quebec, and I want to be able to bring an end to it. As a fellow citizen from Quebec, it really pains me to see my own people suffering. It pains me to see a divide, a polarization among Canadians, especially with the English and French. It pains me to see that my own French people, are doing anything just to make sure they have Quebec as a separate state, as a separate province. I want to be able to end to that by promoting bilingualism and multiculturalism. This country is in need of bilingualism. If we just acknowledge that English is the only language of this country and that French people don't have a damn in this society and they are not welcome nor allowed to enter into any jobs, that is unfair and that is cruel. I will not allow that. As Prime Minister of Canada, I will make sure that I will promote French and English as the top two languages of this country. I believe that the French and English must live side by side in harmony and have to not face any forms of discrimination. I also want to promote multiculturalism. I believe Canada is in desperate, viable need of multiculturalism. Canada needs to become a unique country. It needs to welcome all people from all walks of life. It needs to welcome all people from all countries. It needs to make this country we need to make this country more diverse. We need to allow more minorities. We need to allow them to come into governmental jobs. We need to have an easy immigration system that will allow the flow of immigrants to come into this country and have the chance to work and have the chance to get an education and to live their lives. Another thing, during my time as Minister of Justice, I accomplished many things and that I'm able to run on a record because I actually have a record that I have accomplished, and if you elect me as Prime Minister, I will create more records. During my time, my my Prime Minister, the Prime Minister Lester B. Pearson, appointed a Quebec person like me to be the Federal Minister of Justice. He saw that there was an intense polarization, intense scrutiny among Quebec people who simply wanted to have their own province and country. I introduced divorce law reform. I believe that we need to make sure that people who get divorced have the right to get divorced and that there is no restrictions and that it's done in an easier and comfortable way. I liberalized many things that were once illegal. I liberalized laws like abortion. I am pro-choice on abortion. The reason why I'm pro-choice on abortion is I back the woman's right to an abortion. I believe every woman has the right to choose what she wants. I believe that abortion is not a governmental issue, but rather a personal issue. It's time that bureaucrats like me and politicians stop intervening in the woman's right to an abortion. That's between a woman and doctor's decision. I am pro-choice. I'll always stand by the woman's choice. If she wishes to have an abortion, she can. If she doesn't wish to, takes responsibility, I'll also accept that. Another thing that I champion and that I'm most proud of is legalizing homosexuality. Canadians now think that homosexuals are corrupt and immoral and they're not wanted in the society. I think that's wrong. I think homosexuals are equal just like other people. Yes, they don't love women, they love men, but they are average, hardworking class citizens who are simply trying to thrive in this economy, who are simply trying to get a job, who are simply trying to provide for their families, who are simply trying to live a good life. And by being so cruel and so venomous and launching a suicide against these people, we are not going to achieve anything but more discrimination and hatred. We need to propose civil unions. We need to propose more job discrimination. We need to reach out to we need to reach out to these liberals and say, vote for us. We are with you. We stand by LGBT people. During my time as the Minister of Justice, another thing that has really shocked my heart is becoming a strong defender of the federal government. We can't keep having nationalist economies. We can't keep having a nationalist country. When you have nationalism, it causes a venomous genocide. It causes people to be so cruel and so hatred that people don't realize the effect of living together as one and getting along. What I want to do is I want to be able to bring this bill called as the Official Language Act. And what that does is it makes English and French the official language of Canada. For Christ's sake, realize the problem, Canadians. We are not in a society where we are thriving. We are in a political crisis. We are in a crisis where people are on the verge of polarizing. People are on the verge of doing anything just to maintain their sovereignty. I want to be able to bring out economic reform, pension reform. I want to be able to get Canadians back into this economy by making sure we introduce a federal stimulus plan that will help jumpstart the economy. I want to be able to raise taxes on the top 2% of Canadians while cutting taxes for lower income and middle income families. A excellent Canadian society starts with a strong middle class, and I know Canada is a strong country that can thrive. Please vote for me. Please vote for me this year in electing the best leader. I know you can do it. I know you can elect me. I will vow to be that strong Prime Minister. I will stand side by side by every Canadian. We shall prevail. We will not lead revolutions, we will lead reforms. And we will make sure we get this country back on the right spot. Elect me, Bijou Desai, for Prime Minister of Canada, and you'll see reform. So don't boo, vote! Vote, ladies and gentlemen, vote! That's it. Thank you very much.